Welcome back to the DJ Sessions, where we feature the best DJs and producers from around the world. I'm your host, Darren, and right now we're sitting in the ITV Live studios in Seattle, Washington, and on the other end of the phone, all the way coming, I hope I got this right, it's from LA, because I don't know where 310 is at. It's Jess. Jess, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Yeah, all the way to LA.
All the way.
Pretty close.
Now, what part of LA you're in with the 310 down there?
Well, I'm in West Hollywood, and I also work our studios in Toluca Lake, so I go back and forth. Pretty close, 5 miles distance.
Nice.
Forth,
I used to live down in Orange County, down in Newport Beach, so know what it's like down there. Always a lot of fun, and sometimes get to go down and visit Hollywood from time to time and hang out with friends. And so,
yeah, nice.
So you just got out of producing a new music video called Happy with Austin Leeds and Redhead Roman. Tell us a little bit about that song and what it means to you.
Yeah, well, it means a lot to me because especially, I think, I was working with Austin for a while and met Redhead Roman from Czechoslovakia. Really talented, great producer, so much fun to work with. We're not even working in the same room, unfortunately, but really easy to communicate and positive people. And just wanted to write something, not even so much about like a relationship, but maybe the relationship about, life and just about how you have to look at the bigger picture and sort of appreciate the simple things. And so that's really what it's about. And we made a great music video. I'd been having this idea for a really long time. I have a couple of friends, many friends with dogs, and I'm a huge dog lover. And so there's one up the street from me, Joey, who's got so much personality and just he's just so funny because he's so, bored inside, but as soon as he goes outside, he's so happy. So my friend Eric Monjon and I made this video. And actually, there is a GoPro on Joey, so I have to say that Joey made this video too. And we just went out and tried to capture him in some really funny places and with his friends. And, I think it succeeds in making you smile. And it's also, I've been posting it with the hashtag what makes you happy. And, it's interesting when you post something like that and people really want to join in and they start to think about it. So
absolutely. Cool. After I had watched the video, I was smiling all the way through. I used to own a Boston Terrier, and they're, having a dog like that, just, I know what you mean. They get bottled up inside, but then want to get out and release, and they're so energetic and so outgoing and so lovable. It was a really cute video and a very powerful message and song as well. So
thank you.
Speaking about making movies, making music videos, if Hollywood were to make a movie about your life, who would you pick as the main actor?
Oh boy. I don't know. I mean, it's funny. God, I don't know. I'm so trapped I'm so in the music world that I don't even watch many things as I should. I remember many years ago, because I have very, very curly hair, mm-hmm. and a big curly head of hair, and I used to get stopped, and people used to say I look like Sarah Jessica Parker, mm-hmm. and I've actually signed her autograph a couple of times. It's really funny, but I don't get that so much anymore. And not that I would think of her to be playing me, because I think you have to be maybe a little tougher. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Who do you think?
That's a great question. I would say almost a younger Sarah Jessica Parker. In the sense of her early days and the early Sex in the City when she was just getting into New York and taking on her career. And then I'd like to see it be a series of going through your whole career of everything you've been through. I think that would be awesome. There could be a lot. I mean, wow, there could be a few different ones there. Now you got the host stumped.
I know. I mean, people always want to do that. I mean, like follow you around and see all the things you do, like in the day. I think I would go crazy if I was on a reality type of series. But there's definitely a lot of good stories in there and adventures.
And coming out of making music videos, producing music, have you ever experimented with mixing audio and video at the same time? Not in the sense of making a music video and making the video go to like a traditional music video, but actually doing something where there's a part of your live performance is including live video production as well. Or if you haven't done that, is that something you'd like to try out?
Yeah, definitely. It's funny you said that. I haven't actually really done that. I mean, the video DJing thing was really becoming very popular, I think like 2 years ago or something. I know it is very popular. When you make a video, you have to you send it out to like all the DJs because they're doing that. But it's funny, I was performing and it was with Marcus Schultz one night, and he was showing me some stuff that he was doing with incorporating the video and DJing at the same time. And I have played with some programs, making my own visuals. With some programs you can do putting video to music, but I've never done it like, in front of an audience. It's always give it to somebody else. But I think it would be really cool to try and to do that,
Yeah, it's definitely come a full circle. I remember when I first saw it, an artist by the name of CB Shaw was claiming to be one of the first video DJs where he would take like, an Eminem track and mix it with an Eurythmics track and but play the videos on the screen at the same time with the track. It was really like how he was working it. It wasn't, the technology wasn't developed yet, but he was going a roundabout way of making it happen and would do shows that were able to be live mixed. So it wasn't like some canned thing where he'd press a play button and here's my show. He was actually be able to change things up right on the fly, which is really awesome. And so going into, if you had to pick one of your productions as one of your most favorite which one would that be? And is there a thought behind it for it to be your favorite?
Wow, that's a big one. Let's see. God. I mean, when I'm making my albums, I'm really making them more, they're still electronic, a little more pop electronic than the remixes and things. So, I mean, I really like, there's a song on my album called Halfway Gone on HIGHGLOW, and I really like that. I mean, but personally, I love sort of that mid-tempo, a little bit hip-hoppy, a little bit sparse and minimal in production. I think that's one of the reasons why I really I do love the production of As the Rush Comes, even though it's such a long time ago. It was very minimal and sort of like just sort of got to the point. So I tend to like productions like that. So I really love also, I have to say, Hard to Cure. I don't know if you've heard it. It's a song I did with ATV. Okay. And every time I play that song, it's just really uplifting. It's kind of a little bit more dense, but the combination of the chords and just the beat, and it's just really uplifting. I always get so excited when I hear it. So
awesome.
that's really, really a popular one.
And is there something you would like to say to new and up-and-coming producers to watch out for when making their career successful?
Well, I think most importantly, you have to think like it's a business, as much as it's unfortunately it is, if that's what you want to make your work and your life and your, career to be. And I think you have to start smart in the beginning and sort of, make sure you do simple contracts with people you work with, just so you start at a place, where you both know exactly where you want from each other. I think it's good to have a plan when you're making something, where you want it to go, what do you envision it being. I think you have to think a little bit big, when you're making something, when you're designing your music, know where you're going, see it, and focus, practice. I mean, I don't think that it falls out of the sky, especially not these days. But you really have to sort of work hard at it and make sure, that it has something special and individual in it so that it sticks out in all of the music that's out there.
Mm-hmm. And, you work with a number of artists, producers, people out there. Right now, which up-and-coming producer would you put in the spotlight?
Well, it's funny. I was there's been some interesting tracks out in the last couple of weeks. There was a track I just put. I think it was in my last UTV. Let's see. It might be UTV 158. Pierce Fulton has a new track out, and it's very interesting. It has a really good sound. I think he's doing something cool. It's a little crossover, but still, when you listen to it, it's sort of out of the box. It's a little retro.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to do something with him. I think Andrew Bayer's been he's really had a good run of things. I'd love to do something with him. I play a lot of Sick Individuals, Paris and Simo I really like. Eric Prydz I really like.
Mm-hmm.
A-Track. Should I go on?
The list probably would be could take up the whole rest of the interview.
Well, no, it's funny. It's funny because I'm always thinking, there's really a lot of good people out there, and I'm always looking, because I do my Unleash the Beat show weekly. Mm-hmm. I get so many promos, and I get a lot of up and coming people too, and people that I think have a lot of, may have a little bit more way to go. But it's exciting when you find some people that are, got something. So
mm-hmm.
I'm always got my ears open. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long list.
And Unleash the Beat, that is now up to, you said, is it 158 episodes?
Or actually, I just did my 159th episode.
Congratulations.
On Monday. Yeah.
Awesome. And
thank you.
When do those shows come out? It's weekly, correct?
Yeah, it's weekly. It's syndicated to many shows. It's also on DIFM. It's on the main stage channel. I believe it's tonight. It comes out. And then what happens is it's on in many different countries, so it gets sent out like this week. 159 is going out to the radio,
mm-hmm.
and the fans get 158, unless you're listening to it live on the stations. And then it goes out next week, so it's always like a little bit one behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes a lot to the blogs and internet stations and stuff as well. We're on like 5 terrestrial stations in the U.S. and Argentina and India and all over. I'm always trying to expand it, and it's been interesting. I really do enjoy it. It definitely keeps me really listening to what's coming out every week and keeps me fresh for writing and stuff.
Yeah, it's like one of the benefits that I get. I used to go out to a lot of clubs to find my music, and now you can go online to find music. I don't get that much time to go surf online to find music, but shows like yours, or even the shows that we do, the DJ sessions, when the DJs are coming by and playing their sets, they're playing a lot of stuff I haven't heard yet that they're spending 20 hours a week looking for. So I get so much music thrown at me all the time. That's just the new stuff that sometimes they haven't even played out in the clubs. They'll come and test it out on our show before they go play it on the clubs, which is really nice to sort of see that happening. And also the evolution of music, of where it's gone, from in the past 22 years that I've been officially into electronic dance music. I try not to use the 3-letter word there. Electronic music, I should say. Let's talk about getting out of the studio, out of behind UTV, and talk about, when you're out there performing, does a bigger crowd satisfy you more? Or is there some other magical element that satisfies you when it comes to playing music for a crowd of people?
Often they say like a smaller crowd is a tougher crowd because they're really right there with you, and because the larger crowd is really, you kind of have to work the whole entire room. Mm-hmm. So it can be, and you want to connect. I mean, I just did a show. I just came back from Russia. I did a show with about 5,000 people who, and it was a big stage, nice place. And I remember, like, just looking, I try to really look at people, because I'm also DJing, but I'm singing. And so I'm really always trying to connect, to people. And when you have so many people, you want to get every part of the room, upstairs, downstairs, right, left, center. You kind of want to give everybody love. So it can be challenging, because you got a lot to think about. You're doing a lot, and you want to be in the moment. But I think I try to do the same thing, whether it's a small crowd or a larger crowd, because like all eyes are on you, and you kind of want to connect with people. So I do make an effort to really find people within the sea of people, if it's a big place,
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean, because you do travel around the world. No venue is the same unless you go in for, sound check and get a tour of the place, or know the layout because you performed there before. You're working it right there live on stage, playing live to the audience, and you want to get that connection. So that's awesome that you're able to build that with your audience, on whether it's a small intimate level or a larger scale event. If you could host an event of your own without any limitations, name 5 things you would want to have at that event.
Oh, I would definitely, I'd want a really great sound system. I would love a stage, that you really could move around in. I would love some beautiful visuals. I mean, I think, especially with dance music, visuals really do enhance the experience, a lot. So I would love that. Definitely a very good light show to accompany the visuals and everything. An amazing sound person, a mixer, a personal microphone mixer, and just make sure that the venue is very comfortable and a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I think different places have very different feelings, especially when you've played so many different places. Mm-hmm. So I would want it to feel good. Certain layouts are good, so I would definitely check that too.
Is there a venue that you've played at that would echo all of those 5-6 things that you would say, this is the best place I've played? And are you allowed to do that? You're going to get in trouble.
Well, I know. There are, there's a lot, even in the big venues. Oh, God. I was just talking the other day that I did Heineken Hall in Amsterdam. Mm-hmm. That was really, really very nice. Avalon is a great club, too. Everybody goes there. I played, and so happy. I really loved it. It was a great venue, too. It was Roseland in New York City. So, those are pretty big places, but they have a great layout, where it's not too all over the place. It's focused on the stage and everything. So, those are some of my favorites.
Awesome. Yeah, those are some of the best places out there. And here's something a little off topic. What's the weirdest moment when you ever heard one of your own songs play?
Well, the weirdest moment, there are some fun ones. I was in a hotel, and granted, it was in Miami, but it was like it was like during like lunch, and I was eating, and I heard there was a wedding going on next door. And they actually played the original acoustic version of Imagination, started to play. And that was really crazy, because I had, they didn't know I was there. Mm-hmm. So that was very exciting. Even I was walking down the street here in West Hollywood and Santa Monica, and I was on the phone, and this woman was standing next to me, and she kept on looking at me and standing there, and I was on the phone for like 15 minutes. And I finally got off, and she said, "Are you Jess?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I'm listening to your show right now." Like, she just wouldn't let me go. Yeah, and it was just really funny. So things like that's always nice. you know, it never gets old to hear yourself on the radio. I mean, it's still as exciting as ever. So, you know.
Now, I was on your website today as well, doing a little bit of research, and I see that you like to cook. You're sort of a chef. And I don't know if you knew this or not. We do a series that we just launched over the summer called the DJ Sessions Beats and Eats, where we actually invite DJs to come play in the studio, and then we make dinner and we film it and we talk about the meals we're preparing and put up the ingredients. I'm a big foodie myself, so I think I have probably out of the photos on my Facebook and Instagram, probably 80% of them are food pics. So I was curious to know what kind of dish you would make if you were to appear on the show.
Well, there is something that I really loved. It was so good that I made. It's on my site. It's a butternut squash lasagna. It was very good. And it was, you know, I started it because I really love to eat. I really do. And all of the bad things. I love to eat too. But I really can't at all. So pretty much, I do have a cheat day, which is Saturday. So I'm always trying to make things that I love as low calorie and healthy as possible. So that was one of them. So I might make you that. You know, a lot of things are in the Italian world. I didn't post it yet, but I made this rice paper spinach ricotta ravioli. So I might make with a raw tomato sauce. So I think I might make you that because it was pretty damn good.
Well, that would be amazing. When you're back here in Seattle, we'll have to get you by the studio and let you prep all that. Typically, the dishes we try to make are more catered to our audience, and we look to make them like quick, like 15-minute dishes. Something they can make quick for a date or for appetizers hanging out. But we have been known to go a little bit more elaborate than that. And sounds like you would bring it to the table. I mean, like your music, like your performance, you would bring it to the kitchen, and that would be awesome to see when you get to town. Is there anything you'd like to let our viewers know about that we didn't get a chance to talk about? You know, we covered UTV. What's your website where people can find out more information about you, all that fun stuff?
Yeah, my website is official, JES.com. You know, I've been pretty busy doing a lot of different things. But I had another beautiful song I wanted to talk about because I just thought it so beautiful and it came out so great, if I don't say so myself. And it was with a friend of mine, Mr. Tom Fall. And it just came out like a little bit before Happy on Trice. So I'd love everybody to check it out. It's, you know, it's one of those pull out your handkerchief songs, but I think it like came from a real place, and I think it really resonates. I know a lot of people have written me about it, so that one, and also I have a song that I love that I've got a lot of support for called Here We Go Again, and Super Tab and 8 just came by and visited me. They're also friends of mine, and they did a really wonderful remix that's out, so you should check that out too.
Awesome. And the Tom Fall and Jess song was called Come Back, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then the Cosmic Gate and Jess, is that Yai? Here We Go Again?
Yeah, that's Yai, Here We Go, and
okay.
That's the one.
Super 8 and Tab, awesome guys. You know, Bossy from Cosmic Gate was one of the first DJs we actually ever had on our nightlife show back in 2005. Was just an awesome performance to see him play here in Seattle way back when. And just such a nice guy. Those guys, all four of them, they rock. And you know, rock as well. So one more time on the website, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff.
It's my website is officialjes.com, and then Twitter is official_JES. You can go to SoundCloud/JES, and my Instagram is officialjess as well.
There we go. Well, you heard it live and direct from Los Angeles. It's Jess on the DJ Sessions. Don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Find us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. We're all over the place, the DJ Sessions. This is Darren and Jess. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Jess. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.